Oh, I'm seeing some breaking news about Daniel Jones. You want to play the breaking news music, Solana? Lots going on today. I like the action. Good. I haven't even finished up Cat Talk yet. Just finish up this bed here, and I'll give you the breaking news.
I can't find it. I need to know.
Quarterback Daniel Jones reaches a 4-year deal with the Giants, who are now placing the franchise tag on Saquon Barkley.
Ooh.
How about that?
That's a slap in the face.
Interesting.
How much? They didn't give him 45.
Daniel Jones reportedly reaches an agreement on a 4-year deal worth up to $195 million. So
Ooh.
195, that is around 45, isn't it?
$45 million a year.
He's going to make $82 million over his first 2 years.
Holy mackerel.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Lamar about to get paid.
That's a lot of cabbage.
That is a lot of cabbage.
I bet Daniel Jones likes old
excellent
cold
little targeted strike by Tree there. That was excellent. All right, anyway, the Panthers tonight, you'll hear the game here on 560 WQAM. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. That is wild. So he took the Giants to the playoffs, and he's going to get about 40. So how much over the next 2 years?
From Tom Pelissero, $82 million over the first 2 years for Daniel Jones.
Doesn't that make you think that you should just extend Tua now?
That's Omar Kelly actually just tweeted this. Dolphins fans, let Daniel Jones's new 4-year, $160 million contract be your lesson when you debate whether or not to pick up Tua's 5th-year option. The Giants did not, and they paid handsomely for it.
Yeah, that's the first thing that popped into my head was like, okay, don't mess around.
Yes, give Tua that 5th. You talking about giving the big deal or giving that 5th-year option?
You can make a case for both, but give him the 5th-year option.
So give him the 200 plus now? The Tua's going to make more than Daniel Jones. Tua was an MVP race. Daniel Jones is not.
Well,
Saquon carried that team. To a point earlier, Saquon carried the team. They got their ass whooped in the second round.
Dolphins, by the way, have just sent out a press release. They've made a couple roster moves. The Miami Dolphins announced today they have released tight end Cethan Carter and tendered exclusive rights free agent defensive back Elijah Campbell. So Elijah Campbell gets tendered, Cethan Carter gets released, and we know Byron Jones is going to be released. I think they said after
June 1st.
March. Well, I think it's after March 15th, but then they'll it's a post June 1st. I don't know. He'll enter free agency.
I would say 100% pick up to his 5th-year option. You get him for that year for 20-something million.
And then worry about it next season.
Worry about that. And now you have two years to see if he can stay healthy before you got to give him $250 million.
All right, let's do headlines here with Alejandro Solana, and we're going to do a fun little quirky 15 minutes of heat, and then Doug Plagans will join us. So what do we have for headlines, Solana?
They're driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford, we know trucks. Let me skate right through that one, huh?
Did you say Palmetto Ford?
So this from Daniel Oyefusi, who covers the Miami Dolphins for the Miami Herald, regarding that news you just read from the Miami Dolphins. Miami will save $2.3 million by cutting Cethan Carter. Remember, he missed all but one game in 2022 with a concussion. And then Elijah Campbell's tenders a 1-year league minimum deal that doesn't allow him to negotiate with other teams.
Okay.
Damn. Come on, bro. I'm giving you the least amount I can give you, and you can't talk to anybody else.
Welcome to my radio contract.
I didn't know this was an option.
Who owns the Dolphins? Odyssey?
Dad, what's the name of this tag? we're going to give you the least amount we can legally pay you, and you better not talk to anybody else.
It's called the Be Grateful Tender.
Yes. We love you. Huh? You love me?
This is called the Chicken Tender.
That's exactly what he's eating. Good grief.
How about this from Marcel Louis Jacques, covers the Dolphins for ESPN. The Miami Dolphins will sign former offensive lineman Mike Pouncey to a one-day contract so he can formally retire as a member of the team.
All right.
They should.
I'm with that.
Yes. Mike was great. Mike was great. His best years were here. Like
The strange thing, that one-day contract, he's making more than Elijah Campbell. Just joking, EC.
Gotta give his phone over. He's not allowed to speak to anybody.
Not allowed to look at an opponent.
You go straight in the locker room after the game, Elijah. Say hi to my friends.
So regarding Byron Jones, the Dolphins will cut him, as Hawk mentioned, will release Byron Jones as a post-June 1st cut, which was expected, and about $10 million difference in cap relief between pre and post-June 1st, but that will eventually be $13.6 million that the Miami Dolphins will avoid.
All right.
The Baltimore Ravens did place a $32.4 million non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. So that means he can negotiate with other teams, but the Ravens can match any offer he signs. And if Lamar ends up signing with another team and the Ravens don't want to match it, they receive 2 first-round picks instead.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because we saw that Atlanta is not going to make a run at Lamar Jackson. So it'll be interesting to see who does and what the offers are.
And that Atlanta, because I was on Twitter in the break watching it. Atlanta can't make the decision that fast. Or if they are, it's strategic. We're not interested, just to tell you we're not interested.
Well, if they know what it's going to take to get them and they determine, who they drafted Ritter, right? Wasn't that the guy's name? Desmond Ritter?
Ritter. We looked at it yesterday. Three non-starters they have on their roster.
But they may look at it and they say, you know what? We're not going to put ourselves on the line for somebody that we're not certain is going to be healthy. Like we've gone down that road before. It'll be interesting to see what the market is. Very, very interesting.
That's the first domino to drop on that first offer is going to be the best. I can't wait for that.
Right.
So here are all the franchise tags. This is from Albert Breer on Twitter. So we just heard the Giants, they give Saquon Barkley the franchise tag. Jaguars, franchise tight end Evan Ingram. We know Lamar Jackson with the Ravens. The Raiders put it on Josh Jacobs, their running back.
I saw that yesterday,
He didn't want to be franchised.
So much for him coming to the Dolphins.
I talked with him. He did that. Franchising wasn't what he was looking forward to. He wanted to get that sack.
Well, we'll have to settle for Derrick Henry.
Oh.
The Commanders, they franchise tag defensive lineman Darren Payne. And the Cowboys, running back Tony Pollard.
He's the best running back on their team.
That's wild, isn't that?
Yeah. That paying Zeke. Franchise the guy you want to.
Nothing.
Somebody go get him. I hope it's not that. Let me go get an offer from another team. Somebody give Tony Pollard some money.
Have they peeled Zeke off the turf yet? He's still there.
He's working out with the O-line. I get my weight up this year, coach.
Not getting steamrolled again.
In case I go back to center.
All right. Anything else, Solana, or should we do 15 minutes of heat?
Really quickly, I'm just going to throw this out there because it just came across my timeline. Jonathan Jones, I know you want me to wrap it up, but I think this is interesting. Jonathan Jones tweeted out, to echo what Diana Rossini said, she's been reporting that the Falcons aren't in on Lamar Jackson, haven't been. And Ben Volen quote tweeted it. And he said, Panthers, Commanders, and Dolphins feel like the teams to watch for Lamar Jackson.
Interesting.
Commanders.
Dolphins.
Oh, I'd love it for the Dolphins, but the Commanders.
Well, would you?
Yes. Lamar coming back home, MVP quarterback. He is what we're waiting for Tua to be.
Well, again, the injuries though.
He's at least his injuries are football injuries. They're stuff I can quantify. He sprained his ankle. He hurt his wrist.
But what's the difference? If you're not playing, you're not playing.
Especially at the end of the year, which has been the case now several seasons in a row for Lamar Jackson. He's never healthy for the playoffs.
Do you need to protect whatever team he goes to? Do they need to protect him more? Yes.
No.
Do they need to save? Kind of like what the Eagles had to do with Jalen Hurts. When, hey, we know you can run. Let's use your legs when we have to, not just base the offense around it. They're going to have to adjust things for Lamar, but I can still see this man taking the team deep in the playoffs. He can play ball.
I wish they would have drafted him when they had the chance. So, and I know Stephen Ross feels the same way.
He didn't change his opinion now, did he?
Be funny if Stephen Ross is in the market to get Tom Brady and Lamar Jackson this season. Like he's just, I'm getting who I wanted. Too long.
Sooner or later, Stephen Ross gonna walk in Chris Greer's office. Get up, get up, get up. Open your computer. Making the decisions now.